Everybody, Jeff, your executive gardener. Hope you're having a great summer. So I'm going to give you an update on where we are. So outside the Pittsburgh area, it's August 2nd and it's about 75 degrees. Beautiful weather. And so as it relates to the garden, here's one of my raised beds here. Doing pretty well. Can't remember the beefsteak variety, but that's a tomato there, and I guess my hands fit in a large or extra large glove, so you'll see the size of them. Pretty impressive. Very impressed. And then there's a whopper down there. It's not. A lot of them are still green. And what I have here, as you'll see, is my cucumbers are actually growing in between and vining on my tomatoes. Anyway, it's pretty loaded with these beefsteak tomatoes. There's another just beautiful, probably a 1 pounder, just under 1 pound tomatoes. And I've got a few other tomato plants there. A lot of them are green. Still, they're not red, but this one is certainly further along. And there's even tomatoes at the top there. So everything's doing well. I did plant some additional cucumbers on here, and I'm just going to let these things vine off of this raised bed. As you can see, we've already got flowers there and little cucumbers, but my cucumber production this year has been outstanding, incredible. I've got, I think, 10 different jars of dill pickles that I made. So as we mosey on over here to the pepper plants, I think this is a Corno de Toro. A little bit late in the season, and like down here there's a nice size one as well. And then these are the Jimmy Nardellos. This is in a smaller pot, so these didn't get as big as before. We've got a jalapeno there, and I don't know what this is here, but some additional peppers. They're kind of loaded with peppers, quite frankly. And there's Millie. Hey, Mill. So let's go around and take a look at some other things. So last year, this is actually the first year that our fig trees have done very well. So as you can see, we've got a number of figs. They're not huge, but I'll tell you what, they're tasty, unbelievably tasty. So the tree's gotten pretty large, and each of the stems have a good amount of figs on them. We actually got one ripe already, but they're a little bit smaller. I think it's a brown fig, if I'm not mistaken. And then here's our lime tree. We have a lot of limes, but there's only a few that, for whatever reason, stuck with the tree. But we'll probably get 5 or 6 on this tree. It's actually the first year that it's produced limes. I think it's about 3 years old, a dwarf lime. Let me take you to the other garden. There's another cucumber as well. And then, in addition, I use this pot, and these are some beans that are growing. But let me show you some of the other plants. So this is my green stalk garden, and this is where most of my cherry tomatoes are. As you can see, I've got yellow pear tomatoes. I've got, I think this is a sweet 100 variety. And, they're just all in various stages of production. Some, as you can see, are red, more yellow pear tomatoes and so forth. But plenty of tomatoes for myself and my family. The blueberries have done well, but I can't compete against the birds. They seem to take them just as quick as they grow. This fig tree is a small fig tree, but boy, is it prolific. These figs are just loaded. Look at that. All those figs on that little branch. Every one of them appears. This one is not as... Yeah, this is the same thing. Look at all those figs on that. And then I've got some more beans planted in that. As you'll see, the blackberries are starting to come in. They're not quite black yet, but they'll be there shortly. And I got another blackberry tree here that produced some already. As you'll see, there's some flowers coming out there, so we'll get some blackberries. Here we have another cucumber plant that I wrapped around a tomato plant. And as we start to work down here, see, look, I've still got just a ton. And I've mentioned this before, but if you buy the right cucumber vine, you can get so many more male flowers to female flowers. And just look at that. It's loaded. Every flower is a male flower. It's just beautiful. And the production I get is probably 6 times the amount as what you would get on a normal cucumber. And then down here, we just have a ton of raspberries. These are all raspberries that will fruit. They're white now, but they'll be red. And then the grapevines. The grapevines I'm not going to do next year. I've just not had any luck with grapevines for whatever reason. So I'm going to get rid of them and probably get some more figs. I just don't want to waste any more time on the grapevines. I got 3 of them. Been here 2 or 3 years. They haven't produced, so it's time to move on. Get rid of them and use the pots for something else. So that's the update, folks. Just, the harvest continues, and we've got plenty of produce to pick here as we continue through the fall season. I hope everybody is having a great summer, and leave me in the comments how your garden's doing. I hope you guys are growing your gardens, growing your soil, and having a remarkable summer. That's it for now. Thanks. Bye.